Hey, I'm Jason and I have an amazing ability to help you find where your problems are. The coolest thing now that I do is I help you solve them. I've been a little bit of a backstory around me. I used to be an IT programmer and I was pretty good at it, and I used to solve all the problems in that industry, but the most important thing I solved was actually how people felt in the industry as well. So a lot of people would come to me with their problems and all the stuff that they were struggling with, and I'd be the person who would take them into a room and tell them all the great things that they were able to do within their problems. So one of the gifts that I supply is helping people find their purpose in their problems. I've been doing that for a really long time, and I used to be when I transitioned into the IT industry, I managed to get the Y2K bug. What that means for young people, a lot of older people will know what that is. Computers were going to break down, and I was one of the people who fixed those computer issues and solved them. And essentially I wanted to get into the wellness industry, and everything fell apart. I mean, everything fell apart. My whole life, my relationship at the time was falling apart as well. Everything was breaking down. So I wanted to transition into the wellness industry when I clearly wasn't ready and I didn't have enough development inside of me. People told me I had a gift, which I do. At the time I didn't know how to utilize that gift very well. So I tried to do that in Canada, in Vancouver, and everything fell apart. And then I came back to Australia with my tail between my legs and went back to the IT industry, which I knew, and started working in that IT world again, feeling not so great about myself, a little bit shameful that everything had fallen apart and everything had completely failed. And but I had this really strong itch to scratch, and I really wanted to get into the wellness industry and help people. So I jumped in and did a massage therapy course, did a couple of courses in craniosacral therapy, and started moving on that path again. And through transition I managed to get there, and it took me a lot of heartache, a lot of feelings of insecurity, and lots and lots of struggle to get there. And eventually I got there, and I thought that all my problems would be solved once I became a healer and a helper for people. I'm going to go back this way. So when I did do that, I started teaching. About 2004 I started teaching courses because people were asking me, you do things that people just don't do. You think really, really differently as well. So what is it about you? I really want to learn from what you do. And I didn't really have that really strong self-esteem. So I started teaching courses 2004, been teaching for a very, very long time now. The courses were weekend and they weren't providing enough for people to make that dedicated change. And as a healer, which is what I was that guy that everyone would come to, lots of people would come to find the resolution. And I'd basically find the resolution for people, and they'd walk away saying, okay, if I need some help I'll go and see Jay again. So I was doing it for everyone, and that wasn't really helpful to anyone in lots of ways. And the ones that really, really shifted, the ones that took my advice and thanked me, and off they went on their journey. And then there was something else that was coming forward. People were wanting to get into the industry, into the wellness industry, and they try to jump in and they do a course, and then they go back into their old world because it was too scary or things weren't working the way that they wanted them to. And what I realized that was missing was this big hole in personal development. As opposed to helping people, what I saw was people weren't really developed enough, and the courses weren't actually developing people to the great degree that I thought people needed. And the reason why people were failing is not because they weren't great, it's because they weren't understanding the holes in their own psyche and their emotions and thoughts that were holding them back. And all the work that I was doing with them was only sort of just lasting for a little while. So I decided to create an academy, and probably the scariest thing to do is create a school, an academy, a certified academy where people would be able to learn the techniques that I've been sharing so easily with clients. And I wasn't sure whether I was going to be able to hand over those techniques really easily with people, because you know, people were always needing me to be there. And what I've found since I've created the Academy is I've created structures and processes that are not necessarily in the world right now. They're in a world in the Academy, and people are really shifting really fast. The idea and the motto of our Academy is simple and deep, and this is what we do. And this is what I'm really focused on now, is helping people become leaders in their own right, helping people become the best people that they can be. And if they're meant to help people, they'll have the ability to transform themselves in the deepest way, so they can really help their clients, their prospective clients, or their tribe, or, you know, if they want to go in the world in a really big way, that they've got the capacity to do that, and they don't stumble and fall on their face. You know, so really passionate about sharing what I do and how I can help people grow, and how others can help people grow with the work that I do. And people are telling me, you know, the moment they start doing this work, it's really easy, and they're helping people fast. So if this is exciting for you, and you've got a story of, you know, you've really struggled with transition and really wanted to go into the helping industry, and it's been really hard, come and have a chat with me, because I know the work that I do is really fast in regard to changing people. The thing is, it's really enables people to really dig deep into their own psyche. And I believe the thing that's missing is that people are not going deep enough in their own stuff. I used to work on lots of CEOs and big leaders, and they come and see me completely broken, and they go out to the world and try and solve other people's problems when they didn't have the deep development. And I really believe that we need that deeper development of ourselves to help people in the best way possible. So if this fits you, let's make some contact. All right, have a nice day.